The introduction to Mary, also known as the Virgin Mary or Mother of Jesus, serves as a cornerstone for exploring her life and significance within Christian history and tradition. Mary is celebrated as the Mother of Jesus Christ, revered for her purity, faith, and obedience to God's will. Her role is paramount in Christian theology, representing a model of virtue and humility. Understanding her life lays the foundation for exploring the mysteries surrounding her death, as her impact on Christianity cannot be understated. The significance of this introduction lies in Mary's central position within the Christian faith. She is not only a figure of maternal devotion, but also an essential character in the narrative of salvation. For many believers, Mary's acceptance of her role in bearing the Son of God demonstrates profound faith and submission to divine purpose, making her a figure of inspiration and veneration. Two examples that illustrate her significance include the Annunciation and the Nativity. The Annunciation is when the angel Gabriel announces to Mary that she will conceive the Son of God, highlighting her faith and obedience. The Nativity, where Mary gives birth to Jesus, underscores her integral role in the fulfillment of prophecies and the manifestation of God's plan for humanity. These events are pivotal in Christian teachings and underscore Mary's enduring impact. One prevalent opinion supporting Mary's importance is her role as an intercessor in Catholicism, where she is believed to advocate on behalf of believers to her Son, Jesus. This viewpoint underscores her perceived closeness to the divine and the substantial influence attributed to her within theological contexts. However, her veneration is not without controversy. Some Protestant denominations challenge the extent of her exaltation, arguing that it detracts from the sole worship of God and Christ. This divergence in viewpoints highlights the complexity of her role across different Christian traditions. The exploration of Mary's life and significance serves as a gateway to understanding her death and the associated narratives that have developed over centuries. Her earthly departure, shrouded in mystery and varying traditions, is intricately connected to her life story, with each aspect shedding light on how her legacy continues to shape Christian theology. By delving into Mary's life, one gains a deeper appreciation for her multifaceted influence on Christian history and the diverse interpretations that continue to evolve. The heading: How Did the Virgin Mary Die? The true story about the life and death of the Mary that few know, lends itself to exploring the mysterious and often debated nature of the Virgin Mary's death. In Christian tradition, particularly within Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy, the concept of the Dormition, or Assumption of Mary, is most prevalent. The Dormition refers to the falling asleep of Mary, implying a peaceful death, while the Assumption denotes her being taken up body and soul into heaven. This event is significant because it underscores Mary's unique role within Christianity as the Mother of Jesus Christ and her continued spiritual significance. The importance of understanding how Mary died lies in its theological implications. It serves to highlight her purity and the special grace accorded to her by God, reinforcing the belief in her perpetual virginity and sinlessness. For many believers, this event signifies hope and the promise of eternal life, acting as a symbol of divine mercy and the ultimate reward of faithfulness. Specific examples of real-world applications include religious art and traditions. The Assumption of Mary is celebrated as a major feast day on August 15th in many Christian denominations, often marked by grand processions and ceremonies. Additionally, countless works of art throughout history, like Titian's Assumption of the Virgin, depict this celestial ascent, emphasizing its cultural and religious importance. Support for the idea of Mary's Assumption primarily comes from church tradition and the writings of early church fathers, who provide testimony to its widespread acceptance among early Christians. Pope Pius X's 1950 declaration of the Assumption as dogma further solidified this belief within Catholicism. However, this concept is not without its challenges and controversies. The lack of explicit biblical references to Mary's death or Assumption leads some Protestant denominations to reject this tradition, viewing it as extra-biblical. Moreover, debates continue whether Mary experienced physical death or if she was assumed into heaven without dying, illustrating diverse interpretations even within supportive communities. This point connects to broader discussions about the life of the Virgin Mary, influencing doctrines around Mariology, such as her Immaculate Conception and perpetual virginity. By exploring Mary's death, one gains insight into her enduring influence on theology and Christian spirituality, highlighting the depth of reverence she commands across denominations and through centuries. Historical accounts of the Virgin Mary's life serve as the foundation for understanding her significance in Christianity, as well as her enigmatic death. These accounts, derived from biblical texts and apocryphal writings, offer glimpses into the life of Mary, the mother of Jesus, highlighting her role as a pivotal figure in the Christian faith. The importance of exploring these historical narratives lies in their power to deepen our understanding of Mary as a person, her influence on religious teachings, and the cultural legacy she left behind. By examining these stories, we can better appreciate how Mary's life and death have shaped Christian thought throughout history. One example of these historical accounts is found in the New Testament, which provides details about Mary's life, including the Annunciation, where the angel Gabriel informs her of her divine selection as the mother of Jesus. This event underscores her humility, obedience, and faith, qualities that have been revered in Christian teachings. Another example can be found in the Proto-Evangelium of James, an apocryphal text that offers additional insights into Mary's early life, including her own miraculous birth and upbringing. Though not included in the canonical Bible, this text has influenced Christian traditions and beliefs regarding Mary's purity and holiness. Opinions about the historical accounts of Mary's life often emphasize their theological significance. For many believers, these narratives underscore her role as an intercessor and a model of virtue, providing a human connection to the divine. However, there are challenges and controversies associated with these accounts. Some scholars question the historical accuracy of certain details or highlight discrepancies between canonical and apocryphal writings. Additionally, the lack of concrete evidence about her life and death leads to various interpretations and debates within religious and academic circles. These historical accounts connect to other aspects of the main topic by framing the mystery surrounding Mary's death. Understanding her life through these narratives allows us to explore different theories about her passing, such as the Assumption, which suggests she was taken bodily into heaven. This belief is rooted in the significance attributed to her life and her role as the mother of Jesus. By delving into the historical texts, we gain a richer perspective on the Virgin Mary's life and the enduring questions that surround her death, ultimately offering a more nuanced view of her legacy in religious and cultural contexts. The heading, How Did the Virgin Mary Die? The true story about the life and death of the Mary that few know, invites us to delve into the fascinating and somewhat enigmatic chapter of Christian tradition concerning the death of the Virgin Mary. The prevailing belief within many Christian denominations is the Assumption of Mary, a doctrine stating that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was assumed body and soul into heavenly glory. However, the specifics of her death, whether she experienced a physical death or was directly assumed into heaven, have remained a topic of theological discussion and diverse beliefs. The significance of this topic lies in its deep cultural and religious implications. Mary's life and assumed transition to the afterlife are central to the faith of millions, symbolizing purity, obedience, and maternal sanctity. Understanding different perspectives on her death can enrich one's appreciation of her role in Christian theology and the nuances in doctrinal interpretations among various sects. In terms of real-world applications, the Feast of the Assumption on August 15th is a major celebration in many Christian traditions, particularly within the Roman Catholic Church. This underscores the widespread recognition of the event and unites believers in a communal reverence. Moreover, Marian apparitions, such as those at Lourdes or Fatima, often reinforce beliefs about Mary's continued spiritual presence and influence, highlighting her celestial role that follows her assumption. Opinions supporting the assumption often rely on early Christian writings and the teachings of church fathers. Notably, Pope Pius XII formally declared the Assumption a dogma in 1950, emphasizing its theological importance. However, this belief is not universal. Some Protestant denominations do not recognize the Assumption due to the absence of direct biblical references, illustrating a significant controversy. Alternative viewpoints also include different interpretations within Orthodox Christianity, where the Dormition of Mary is celebrated, emphasizing her falling asleep before being assumed, which subtly differs from the Catholic dogma. These differences highlight the challenges in interpreting ancient traditions and the influence of doctrinal evolution over centuries. This point on Mary's death and assumption intimately connects to broader theological discussions about resurrection, eternal life, and the nature of sainthood. It influences how Mary is perceived not only as the mother of Christ, but also as an intercessor and a symbol of hope for eternal life, impacting liturgical practices and personal devotions across Christianity.